Let's do a walk stick figure style. We're going to be animating this with a stick figure because we can be super lazy and only animate one step as opposed to two steps. So this is the only time I think you can get away with a one-step cycle, because since we have two different legs, you need to animate two full steps to complete the cycle. But stick figures are brilliant that way. So what you want to get out of this is some familiarity with the four basic keys of your walk cycle, and let's lay those out. So let's go ahead and make a background layer just as a reference, so it just makes this a little easier to kind of keep things straight. And lock that, make a new walk layer. And just it'll make it easier to see, I'm going to set my frame rate here to 15 frames a second. That's 15 frames per second. So go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and lay the first key in here, which is going to be called our contact position on frame 1. And the contact position is when both feet are on the ground, or touching the ground, and it's where the feet are the farthest apart from each other. One foot, the leading foot has its heel on the ground there, and our back foot is going to be broken on the toe right there. Something like that. Okay. And let's go to frame 5, and this will be our passing position, which is going to be in between. Actually, let's get our first two contacts down first. So let's go to frame 9, which is going to be the end of the cycle. Turn on onion skinning, insert a blank keyframe, extend the background out. We have to do that, remember, by right-clicking and using insert frame. Then with our onion skinning on, we can see that this foot has to be become the back foot. So we go break, break, like that. We just want to basically redraw this frame here. That. And there we go. So we've got our second contact position. And while I'm thinking about it, we want to be paying attention to the torso height. So I'm going to turn on my rulers, and I'm going to drag a guide out. Do that. Drag a guide out here, so I can get the height lined up. You can see this is a little too low, so that's going to look a little funny. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can adjust that. And actually, since we're doing a cycle, I'm going to cheat and delete that altogether and just copy this frame. So right click, copy frames, come out here, right click, paste frames, and now I've got a copy of that I can just drag over, hold down the shift key to constrain it, and cursor it over, something like that. There we go. So now it's the exact same frame. The reason why I'm cheating like that is because I like cheating. No, because we're going to get rid of this frame. We're not going to see this in the final cycle, and we really just need it as a reference so we get the rest of our keys right. So this is a good time to do copy and paste because we're not going to see it in the final cycle. And that's on frame 9. Okay, so right now what we've got is we've got two keyframes, and that just shows us the length of the walk, and we have nothing in between those two frames. So that's how long it's going to take him to make his one step here. All right. So let's go ahead and add our passing position here. We'll insert this is in the middle on frame 5. Insert blank keyframe. Turn on onion skinning. Okay. And right now, extend our range. This foot has to hit the ground and stick there. We talked about that in class. We can't have this foot moving around. So we have to make sure that this really lands in the ground there. And then the height is going to be about the same for this approach. For the pass, okay, so that's going to be our passing position there. So that's the passing position. So we've got contact position, passing position, contact position. Contact, passing, contact. All right, let's take a look at that. And just with those 3 frames, you've actually got a walk. And that you would probably see that kind of, for like 1979 video game or something, that'd be pretty good. So those are the 2 main primary keyframes in doing a walk cycle. So let's take a break here and we'll start the second video.